Air quality as far as the national capital is concerned. Is this Diwali any better than previous years? Well, we'll only know tomorrow, as that depends on the number of firecrackers that will add to the very poor air quality in the NCR region. Even though there's a ban on firecrackers, one has been hearing the sound of crackers since Dhanteras. Also, the weather conditions play a very significant role in regard to the accumulation of pollutants, the dispersion, as well as the duration of how long will it take for the situation to improve. So that is the situation as far as the pollution levels are concerned. At the moment, we're seeing they're above 300 points in various parts of the national capital, above 300 points as far as the overall situation is concerned. Of course, it is in the very poor category as far as the pollution count in Delhi is concerned. So far, the temperature is really high, and that is a reason to be hopeful as far as the pollution levels are concerned. But it all depends on the bursting of firecrackers, even though there's a ban. But every year there is a ban that we've been seeing lately. However, all that goes up in smoke. Let's listen in to what Gopal Rai has to say.
कुछ जगहों पर पर्टिकुलर जो है वो AQI थोड़ा ज़्यादा बढ़ा हुआ है, लेकिन आज की जो रात है वो काफ़ी इम्पोर्टेंट है. तो मुझे लगता है कि अगर पूरी दिल्ली इस बात को ठान ले कि हमें अपने घर के बच्चे, अपने बुजुर्गों की ज़िंदगी का भी ख्याल रखना है, तो मुझे लगता है कि जो हर साल दिवाली के बाद जो धुआं दिल्ली होती है उससे हम लोग बचा सकते हैं. मैं सभी लोगों से यही निवेदन करना चाहता हूं कि हम सब मिलकर के प्रयास करें.
Current situation here, the air quality index that has been recorded as per the CPCB data is around 331. That means in the very poor category. Now, in fact, we have in fact seen that how the air quality is in fact in the very poor category for in fact more than a week now, and it is only expected to worsen after tomorrow. Remember, today is Diwali, and certainly yesterday also many of us in fact have heard the firecrackers bursting around despite there being a ban on it by the Delhi government. Now, the Delhi government says that they in fact have formed teams to make sure that this ban in fact is implemented, but certainly that seems to be failing on the ground reality here. Now, in fact, yesterday we also saw the former Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal as well, appealing to the people here to in fact not burst the crackers but rather celebrate Diwali in a traditional manner with the diyas, saying that it is less about the religious sentiments and more about the public health. Well, the experts say that it is certainly very much expected that after tomorrow the air quality will be going into the hazardous category. So that certainly is very concerning for the residents here. We'll still have to see that all these measures that have been made by the Delhi government and the teams that have been formed, how successful will they be today in implementing all of these measures so that tomorrow there can be a slight relief for the people here. That that certainly is something that the entire Delhi is watching out for. Over to you.
Right. Thank you so much, Ishika, for getting us all those details. We also have Dr. Gufran Beg joining us. Dr. Gufran Beg is the Chair Professor of NIAS and the founder of SAFAR. Thank you so much for speaking to us, and a very happy Diwali, Dr. Beg. But the big question is the pollution on Diwali going to be any different from previous years?
Thank you very much, Divya, and happy Diwali to all the viewers who are listening. And I wish that this Diwali comes as a very clean and neat Diwali. Now, coming back to your question, that as far as weather conditions are concerned, they are as a mix of a fortune. The temperature is warmer. That means that whatever the pollution which comes, it will not prolong for a longer period of time. Peak will not prolong, but the wind speed, surface wind speeds are low. So even if there are very little firecrackers, it was there last year, and we have been seeing for last couple of years, although there are bans, but then there are firecrackers. So if that happens, then the early morning from 4 o'clock until about afternoon, the air quality in all probability are likely to go in a severe category because it's already sitting in a upper end of very poor. The only rescue is that temperature is warmer. It will not remain in a severe category for a longer period of time, unlike last year. So that is a positive aspect of it. But it will slip into the very poor category from severe. But then the winds are calm. So this is something which is going to be the negative. And one good thing which is happening is that the fire counts are very less. But then again, the upper level wind speed is congenial. Probably it is coming from north-northwest. Speed is perfect for the intrusion. So that means that fire counts should remain as it is. Otherwise, that will add to the fury.
Right, so last time, pollution levels were in the severe category and remain in the severe category for at least a week. This time around, you're saying that that could be slightly different, and that is also because it's, feels like the warmest Diwali that we've had. Of course, Diwali's come earlier this time around in comparison to last year, but also the temperature is 5 degrees more than it should be for this point in time. It's 36 degrees.
That's something which is a very positive sign, because if you would have entered in the first or second week of November, which has happened last year, then I think it would have been peak would have been a much prolonged peak, as well as the magnitude would have been much higher for air quality index. But that is a very positive sign. So that is something which will not allow severe category to prolong for more than few hours. That is the reason that I told that the 24-hour average, which is the air quality index, PM 2.5 level, if crackers are burned, it will go to severe category from 4 o'clock early morning. But then the moment the sun comes on your overhead, the temperature try to accelerate the particle dispersion in spite of the low wind speed. So it will not prolong for more than 24 hours. And that is what is a positive thing, which is likely to be different from the last year.
Right, so weather conditions, like you mentioned, of course it's warmer this time around. However, it is the winds that are playing spoil sport when it comes to the pollution issue. Sir, in terms of, the stubble burning that is going to continue, how long will that happen?
You see, the stubble burning peak time has not yet come. It is first and second week of November, when normally for a couple of years last, if you analyze, you see that the stubble burning increases during that time. So we are still in a lower categories of stubble burning. And another good thing is that compared to last many years, even during this period of time, which is the last week of October, number of counts are very low. So on an average, these days, some 300 to 400 counts per day are coming, which may create a problem for 5 to 10%, but not more than that. So peaks are going to be reduced certainly if this kind of a trend continued even in the first or second week, which will be a very positive sign to reduce the emergency conditions.